Greetings, everybody. Salutations. Guten Tag. For my one German subscriber. Big day today. Lots of exciting news. Obviously, the number one news item across the world of sports today is the unveiling of the fly-through, of the design, of the concept of what Bramley-Moore Dock may look like. Everyone's excited. News feeds abuzz with what's going on. So we're going to take a look at that. I'm going to take a look at it for the first time while recording this video. I have seen some documents. I've seen some still frames, but I have not yet watched the fly-through. It's like 2.5 to 3 minutes, right? Everyone said it's fabulous. Everyone says it's wonderful. I will judge that. Thank you very much. I will give forth my opinion, my humble opinion. We'll then get into the kit that was unveiled, the pink. No, it's not pink. No, it's not salmon. It's coral. The coral kit that came out. We'll also talk about the Wigan game, the 0-0 bone-rattling game, and definitely a game of two halves there. We'll talk about that. And then we'll get in finally to transfer news, where there's some news. So hold on to your seats. Grab yourself a bevy. Grab yourself whatever you need to get through this. And be right back with the fly-through. Okay, so here we go. This is me going to watch the flyby, the 3D, all the good stuff that you people have probably already watched today, people. I mean, you fine Evertonians. Beautiful, beautiful denizens of the planet Earth. I've already watched this today. I was at work, obviously. I just read some reports about what happened, how big the news was, how wonderful everyone has found it so far. So I'm going to watch this, and you can watch along with me. I would appreciate it if you did. Okay, here we go. And no sound, by the way, because when I was trying to play sound on other things, it just kept skipping in and out, so I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so here we go. Sorry it's not going to be made of blue steel, but there we go. And this will obviously be right at the front. If I'm looking at this right, here's the Royal Blue Mersey. So this part is going to be the waterfront, I'm assuming. Okay, let's keep going. Looks wonderful, looks fabulous. Yes. Very good. So that looks like shipping containers or like dock walls. That's probably going to go all the way around the stadium, right? Yeah, that looks wonderful too. Beautiful water. Look at that. Look at that beautiful. I love that how beautiful my graphics card brings things up too. Everton right there. Okay. I didn't see. Do we have any news on if it was a retracting roof at all? Okay. Oh, we got games. We got concessions. We got fun out the front there. That's going to be good. Got a little footy pitch out there for the kiddies to play on, or drunken old people to play on. We got one screen. That's one screen more than the Copites. Oh, what's that? Is that two? With two more screens than the Copites have? That'd be wonderful. Oh, look at that. That's delicious. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's fabulous. Oh, Dan Meese. Oh, here. Oh, wait. Here we go. Press area. It looks like kebabs. You can buy kebabs there. History of the dock, the pride of Liverpool, obviously. Oh, here we go. Walk of history, accomplishments, achievements, well-celebrated times that seem like they were a million years ago. Oh, here we go. Into the hospitality areas, beautiful flowers. Man, lots of champagne on ice in pale buckets there. That's great. We need to upgrade those pale buckets, though. Oh, wait, actually, maybe not. The flowers, why aren't they blue? Why are they white? Doesn't make any sense to me. That's a little scantily clad and in jeans in the hospitality area. Come on. More class, more style, more cups, more trophies, more accomplishments. Oh, here we go. What's that? That's one end stand full of blues, full of banners, full of flags. Same thing for that stand there, that stand over. This is going to be the greatest part of Bramley-Moore Dock. We're not going to let any away supporters in. It's all blue. It's going to be all blue. And Luca Digne, and Luca Digne scoring that free kick on the opening night of Bramley-Moore Dock. That, ladies and gentlemen, was a beautiful 2.5 minutes. Are you excited with that? Are you ecstatic? Does that make you tingle inside? Does that show ambition? Does that show pride in the club? Does that represent the iconic, state-of-the-art, modern-day stadium that you want to go see your football in? I like it. I do. I really, really do. Tell me what you want. What you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want. What I really, really want. I really, really, really want a Bramley-Moore Dock. Oh, sorry. Ooh, cringe. That's so 12. Cringe. Anyways, that's the stadium, obviously. Things are subject to change. Looks like they said 52,000 going to 62,000. Don't know how they're going to work that yet. I did see another document today that specified all the different areas and different sections and the ins and outs of how that's probably all going to work. So we'll look at the fine print. We'll investigate more. We'll see more details coming out that maybe we missed on our orgasmic first look over that we maybe didn't want to see. But either way, it looks great. It looks wonderful. Dan Meese's done a fantastic job. The promotion team, creative team, whatever you want to call it, unlike usual, but they're getting better, if you know what I'm saying. I've done a great job with this video. The press packet has obviously been fabulous. The release has been fabulous. Everyone's excited. Like I said, things could still change. We need to get, obviously, political and city and all the other things, the red tape out the way. But, 4 years from now, if that's what Evertonians will get to see their football in, no one can really complain, right? Well, people can complain. They will complain, but what's the point? So, yep, that's just the first piece of wonderful news today. Obviously, got a kit news from Wednesday that I'm going to get into to give my opinion on, because I didn't get to do. I should have done a video yesterday, but I didn't. And then transfer news, which things seem to go in the right direction for a number of major targets, including one that maybe a lot of people are kind of sort of torn on, whether they're torn on the price, the player themselves. Who knows? But that's the report on the stadium. I had fun watching it. I'll watch it again, obviously, for more details I might have missed on the first fly-through. But on to transfer news. Okay, and here we are. We are in the transfer news and rumors center. Big news today, apparently, stepping forward a lot of bids for players that we've been interested in for the past couple of weeks. First report is that we are in pole position, primo spot, to sign Ajax and Brazilian winger David Neres. Apparently there's a strong press from Everton to sign Neres, and the deal could be completed for around 50 million euros. Haven't heard much on this one for a while. Maybe that's a good sign. Maybe it was all going on hush, 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 hush through the back channels. Maybe Marcel was just sweet talking. Maybe they'd got something in place or something agreed to before or during the Copa America. Give the lad time to relax. Give the kid some time off. No point in hyping it up until he was ready to maybe. The representatives were able to meet after they had a sit down with him. Who knows? Could be nothing again. This could be just complete BS. But we're going to go with it because it's a day of good news. Just had the stadium walkthrough, obviously, the fly-through. I'm buzzing, so I'm going to put a positive spin on everything today. So, obviously, yes, we are going to sign David Neres. I have no proof of that. There's been nothing finalized, but I'm going to say that, yes, we are going to sign David Neres, and him and Bernard are going to fight it out and battle it out like the Brazilian bruisers that they are. On the left side of our midfield. Or he might play on the right and give another Brazilian Richie. Oh, so many Brazilians. This is getting outstanding. Brazilians. Oh, the Samba 3 coming to Goodison Park and later to Bramley-Moore Dock, obviously. Also, turns out that we are very, very keen on Moise Ken. Guardian, the Guardian. Yeah, so who knows? Who knows? You know those papers better than I do. But we're interested apparently in signing him. 36 million rated, so it might be another 50 million, maybe 40. Who knows? He has possibly said that he's keen on a move. Everyone's keen. Everyone's keen for Ken. Everyone's keen for Ken, obviously, to coming to us. We said before it might just be a deal where Juventus put a buyback clause in there so we get him for 1 or 2 seasons, and if he does really, really well, we have to send him back and they make a astronomical profit on the lad. If he flops it, he fails, then we're stuck holding a bag of what, and they have no reason to buy him back. We'll see where that goes. But if you add that in, you got Neres. It's looking positive. You've got Ken, and then also the one that obviously is kind of up in the air is Wilfried Zaha. Now, Split's opinion. We know that the number one guaranteed fact, if Wilfried Zaha comes to Everton, we are going to get penalties. That's a fact, right? That is a fact. How that player, the captain for Palace, what's his name? Milojevic, always ends up in your fantasy team. You need to have him in your fantasy team if Wilfried Zaha is there, because he will always get penalties. 10 to 15 a season, guaranteed fact. Now, the downside of that is that Zaha does get tackled and beaten up and pummeled into the ground constantly. He does lose his rag a little bit. When that happens, he does start getting a little feisty, but that we could probably take that out of his game. Marco can sit him down and give him some of that. You don't do that around here. I've already got one over here. I've already got Richie over here that is prone to a soft fall and a getting a little extra out of it when he gets tackled. So we don't need 2 of those, but quality player. Are we really in for him? People, we're willing to pay what looks around 60 million plus offer Cenk Tosun. Here's what I do. I would offer 60 million, Cenk Tosun, James McCarthy, Yannick Bolasie. Wonderful piece of business. 1 in, 3 out. Wage bill probably switched over to where that's probably going to be taken by Zaha's wages. Obviously, got to factor in the sell-on fee, which is 25% of the transfer fees are going to go into the kitties of Manchester United, but we don't care about that. We're going to finish higher than United are this season, anyways, if we get those players in. So, but they say this report says in the Telegraph that we might fear on missing out to Chelsea. Is that a misprint? How are Chelsea going to bring in a player? I thought they had a transfer ban. How's that even work? Maybe they put Arsenal, but Arsenal are crap anyways, right? And they've already signed a centre back. They've already signed a central midfielder, and he's gone back on loan. And Arsenal only had 40 million to spend. So how are they going to put all that money up for Wilfried Zaha? We don't know. We don't care. We're Everton. They're Banter FC. So news on that. And Malcolm, haven't really heard too much, but I didn't even have the picture up this whole time. Oh, I am sorry. You've been looking at the whole time. Okay, so there we go. Wilfried Zaha, David Neres, Moise Ken, and up there is Malcolm. Nothing really to report on Malcolm. If we can sign Wilfried Zaha, David Neres, and Moise Ken, why would we need Malcolm? Or we could just do it. Just bring in Fab Four. Liverpool, known for Fab Four. Let's just have another one going on. Just bring in those 4 players and just stand there. What? What's up? What's up with that? We'll just go from there. But no, really exciting news. Maybe there's nothing in any of these stories. Maybe all these players want to play Champions League football. But if Zaha goes to Arsenal, he's not going to get Champions League football. He gets Europa, but what's Europa, right? Because we're actually, like I said, we're going to win the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup this season. So Wilfried hasn't won either of those. So. And a little side note I might as well give you guys. Ademola throw a tantrum. Lookman has gone to Leipzig. not a big deal. Give us some money. We'll take it. Undisclosed fees, so we don't know what it was. But best all around for everybody that he's gone. And that's about it for transfer news. Not too many more players going out. Not even too much news on players actually that play for us right now or in the squad that have any interest. Like I said, we said McCarthy, we've said Yannick, but other than that, still no one's coming for Morales. No one's come in for Nias. So we don't really know what's going on, but exciting news on the front with Zaha Khan and Neres. Just 2 out of those 3 would be fabulous. 1 out of those 3 would be, it's something. Still no news on the center back situation. Still no news on Zuma, even though as every day passes, we should just accept the fact that he's not going to be here anymore. Apparently, principle's been agreed with Adrissa, but we're trying to bring somebody in before we can announce that officially, or, the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, and all that good stuff. So, other than that, I think it's been a pretty positive news day on the transfers, if you can trust the newspapers that are reporting that. Who knows? Could be clickbait, could just be somebody trying to put a story out, but other than that. Okay, well, that's transfer news. Let's move on to Wigan match reaction and the new kit. Okay, match reaction. Wigan 0, Everton 0. This was definitely a game of 2 halves, obviously, because the starting lineup we've obviously got right here. Pickford in goal, had Keane and Mina. Well, start again. Players I didn't think were going to play that did play, which was surprising to me, at least to start the game. Calvert-Lewin up top, Delph in the center of the park, and Yerry Mina at center back. I didn't foresee those coming. I apologize for my lack of foresight when I was predicting my starting lineup, but that's how it went. So let's start over again. Pickford in goal, Coleman, Digne, Dean. If you've noticed, if you keep saying Luca Dean's name over and over again, you're going to come up with some combination of Luca Dean, Lucas Dean, Luca Digne, or Lucas Digne. I heard the commentators, I've heard lots of people use all those phrases, so we know what it really is, but it's just really, really hard to sometimes look at the name and not say Digne and say Dean. So, I don't know, but I'm going to say that over and over again. I'm going to say one of those 4 combinations. Don't get mad at me. Don't tut and sigh and say I should get educated. We all love Lucas, so we should be able to call him what we want. Right? Okay, cool. So that's the back 4. Delph and Gomez started in the center of the park. I thought that was really exciting to see. Bernard, Sigurdsson, and Walcott, and Calvert-Lewin up top. That team out there is probably, besides, Walcott playing for Richarlison, that's probably the best, obviously, lineup that we can put out. I was expecting at least a couple of goals when I saw that lineup. Things didn't really go that way. I thought that Delph had a tremendously good 45 minutes for not coming in and being around the boys for the longest amount of time, only having a certain amount of time to work with Marco and his training staff. But you can see his qualities. You can see he understands the game. He understands what's required. He came to the back to pick it up off Jordan Pickford and Yerry Mina quite a bit as this, defensive midfielder. But then a couple of times you saw him bursting forward and breaking the lines and becoming a third attacker in the line with Walcott and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. You'd see Fabian getting up there. He can ping a ball with great accuracy. He's got the ability to pick a pass. Obviously, he's very calm, very relaxed on the ball. Thought he had a lot of good combinations with Walcott and with Seamus down that right side. So, very, very promising. It was a shame that he had to go off after 45 minutes, or that Marco, maybe we play a full 60 minutes at the weekend. So, We don't know about that. We'll see. I thought Andre Gomez in the center of the park also had a very good game. Almost the kind of same thing like Fabian Delph. It looks like they were both interchanging because he was coming back and getting the ball off the back four and off of Pickford. He was pinging balls forward. He was trying to spray it through the middle with pace and break the lines and move, with the ball quickly and shrug off tackles. So I think if Ghana does leave, we will obviously be lacking defensively. Not so much with Delph, but there's plenty of times, but a couple of times in the game that their central midfielders just blew by Gomez. Either he was out of position to start with, or he's just not that happy to put in a tackle or to put his body in there. But I don't think that's the case either, because he is a big, strong boy, so why not? But I just putting out that he did get beat a couple of times quite easily, and they did play it through our midfield quite easily, and it looked like Gomez was the culprit. Maybe it's just fitness, maybe it's just getting up to game speed again, we don't know. I thought Calvert-Lewin, talk about players I didn't expect to start, obviously, had a decent game. His hold-up play, his running the channels, obviously, was great. Didn't really get too many chances to apply a finish. The one that he did, that Seamus put into the box, obviously it was behind him, so he just ballooned it and kicked it off the floor. But, he looked decent, he looked fresh, he looked lively. And that's all you can really expect. Walcott, they say 5.1 on here. I thought Theo looked pretty lively. His first touch was kind of off, some of his decision-making in the final third, but it looked like he was running around. It looked like he was getting into decent positions, but we know that Walcott is a very limited player. He's not Richarlison, he's not Bernard. So, other than that, decent game. I thought the back four was fine. Good to see Yerry Mina in the team. There was one little mix-up between him and Pickford, but overall, I thought him and Keane were dominant in the air. I thought they were getting stuck in. I thought they brought the ball out from the back really, really well. What do I need to say about Dean and Coleman? They're ready for the season. Bring on Crystal Palace. That's all I got to say. Sigurdsson, again, I've been saying this after the Sion game, after the Monaco game, after this game, he just seems to be a passenger in the game. We're not pretty, I don't know if he's not getting into positions. I don't know if we're trying to go down the outside too much. I don't know if the middle of the field has been congested by a lot of these teams. The first time I saw him really get involved in the game was when that horrendous tackle went in from, I don't know who that player. I wouldn't care what that defender's name is. He plays in the Championship, but he's a scumbag. Just left one on Siggy. It looked really awful. It did look terrible. And there was a lot of fouls in that game, particularly in the first half, especially with the Michael Keane elbow. And he had to go off, obviously, and Holgate had to come on, who I think played, pretty well. But that was some disgrace. The referee's rating on here, if you can't read it, you can't. But he got a 2.9 from whatever image I'm not giving credit to, because I don't know the credit I'm getting it from. I found it on Reddit, but that was a disgraceful challenge. And there was some other ones where I think it was Matty Fold. His name's Matty Fold, right? Yeah, Fold. He pulled out of a tackle that could have been, a season ending before it even started tackle. He luckily pulled out of it. But that's what you get. That's a Championship club for you. What do you really expect? Then at halftime, obviously, wholesale changes. We'll go through them. Gibson came on, Morales came on, McCarthy came on, Broadhead came on, Folds came on, Davids came on, Schneiderlin came on, Gordon, Hornby, and Lursel all came on at some point in the second half. I think everybody came on at halftime except for Holgate and for Lursel. Lursel came on around the 60th minute. Holgate came on for Michael Keane around the 35th, and he played the rest of the game. I thought Tom Davies looked really, really good. Probably man of the match for me. Not that there was much competition for that, or I guess it was all up in the air. It could have been even, but I thought Tom had an outstanding game. I thought McCarthy did really well, and I think Gordon also did a really stellar job. But they were more fitness, more play style, more tactics, more sharpness, a little more physicality, which is what we expected. But, Wigan are what Wigan are at the end of the day. And that's really about it. Oh, no! I forgot about you beautiful Evertonians. Loud and proud from the start, everybody. That's what I'm talking about. We could hear it from the first whistle to the last whistle, applauding when applause was needed for beautiful passes or, quick thinking or great decision making. You're always there, heard you loud, heard you proud. You put the Latics supporters to shame with your support. So all around, congratulations and appreciation for the traveling supporters. You did yourselves good, So pat on the back for everybody there. We did play also in our new away kit. I think it looks sharp. I think it looks fabulous. I'm going to get more people walking up to me and asking me why I'm wearing a pink shirt. And obviously I'm going to correct them and say, no, it's coral. And I'm going to say, well, why are you wearing it? And then I'll tell them about Everton. And they'll turn around and say that they're a Wolves supporter or that they're a Newcastle supporter or something completely ridiculous. But, Americans in their soccer. But yeah, I think it's great. I've already pre-ordered mine. I'll be wearing it on streams and on the videos when it finally gets here. Kind of hoping that my new home kit comes soon. That's been ordered. But other than that, I think that's great. We did get a leaked picture of the third kit, which I also think looks great. I don't know if it looks like a really, 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 really dark navy blue with lighter navy blue for the text and the badge and all that and the Angry Bird. So, when that comes out, everyone buy it. That'll look good also. So I think 2.5 out of 3 stars for the kits this season. That's good enough. So end of the day, Wigan 0, Everton 0. Michael Keane, Shiner. Could have been a couple of broken legs. Good performances from players that have just come back to training. And we move on to Mainz. And don't forget this weekend, both games in Germany I will be doing watch-alongs for. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. I think I'm finally trimming the fat on certain subscribers. I've gone down by 1. I was up at 640. Now we're down to 638. But a lot of my previous subscribers were because I was making WWF and all those types of videos. And now that they're getting bombarded with the Mr. Archer Everton videos, they're unsubscribing. That's acceptable. I would like to get to a legit 1,000 subscribers so I can start actually doing live streams from my phone, get a membership going if people want memberships, get emotes, all that good stuff to make it into a good YouTube channel. Any suggestions, any comments, please leave them. How I can improve the stream, or the videos, what you'd like to see, what you'd like to hear me talk about, things that you don't like, things that you disagree with, ways, like I said, that I can improve. Other than that, again, thanks for watching. It's another 3 parts. And I will see you either Friday or definitely on Saturday for the watch-alongs. Thank you.